In this video, I'm going to run through Amazon's Kindle Kids Book Creator. And it is a very simple program. I'm just going to run through it quickly. One of the nice features is that it is nice and simple, and it's not that complicated for someone to make a book using it. So let's just click or create a new kids book. And it is explaining the format that you should be using for importing your images. I have a separate video creating a cover using another program from Amazon. I would recommend you use that. But I do import the cover page image and include that as part of the book. One of the things that I would suggest is that you do not add pop-ups to your book. When I was using this and experimenting with trying to get the book set up, it sounds like a really cool feature. You can double tap on the page to display text. However, I really don't think that it works very well. It's not very intuitive for someone that's using a Kindle device or some kind of tablet or phone. There are very few things that actually require you to double tap. So it felt very awkward. Also, when you're creating the double tap area, you need to select the part of the page where you want to double tap. And it's not that intuitive for someone who's looking at your book to understand where they're supposed to be tapping. Are they supposed to be tapping on the ant? Are they supposed to be tapping on the butterfly, on the cloud? Where are they supposed to be tapping? So my experience when I was trying this out on my iPad was that it wasn't very intuitive, that you're supposed to double tap. Second, you're not clear where you're supposed to be tapping in the first place. Perhaps other people would have a different experience using a Kindle device, but I don't have one of those, so I can't test it. But in my experience, I would just skip it. Keep it nice and simple. Have the text right on the page so it's nice and easy for people to read, and they can always see what's going to be up on the page. So for the illustrations, I made sure that none of the pages had the text on there. I did that for several reasons. Part of it is my daughter was doing the illustrations, and I didn't want to impose on her the responsibility of trying to make the letters as perfect as possible so that someone could read it, or we needed to worry about spelling. I know that we can add the text using this program, so I wanted to do that after we had uploaded the pictures. You can preview the book in a variety of different formats and see how it's going to look and save it for publishing. As you're going through this, I would recommend that you read through it to make sure that you've covered off all the points. But in this video, I'm going to cover off the main things you need to be concerned about when you're getting your book set up. If you have any questions, you can always go to the help section and review the user guide. You're going to want to provide the book details. In this case, the book title is The Butterfly Finds a Friend. I'm putting my daughter as the primary author. We're not using a publisher. That's optional. This is just something that we're working on together. You can select your language. Next, you're going to want to select a location where you're going to save your book. You do have to ensure that it is an empty folder. I already have a folder that I was using for the existing copy. So in this case, you're just going to want to go and create a new folder. and it's going to allow you to continue to the next step. There are different options that you can choose for how your book is going to be laid out. For the purposes of this course, I think some of these other options are going to be outside the scope, might be too complicated. Basically, what I want to do is almost all the images are landscape, although Cadence did make one image as a portrait, but I'm going to keep that and just leave it as landscape. I want it to show one page at a time. Then if you do it that way, then it eliminates the third option and keeps it nice and simple. You can import your book as a PDF with all of the pages, or you can import your book as separate files. So I'm going to upload the cover image first, and I already have it numbered as being page 1. Now we can click on to the next step and start adding pages. And I think that this is a nice feature, allowing you to create a cover image, because one of the things that I don't like about Kindle is when you open up the book, it takes you right past the cover page and takes you to the text. So you don't get that initial image that I think people have spent a lot of time working on. But the way that we've done this book, we're doing the cover image that's going to be shown on Amazon in a separate video. So now we can start adding pages. I have the pages pre-numbered, so I know exactly what order they're supposed to go in, which is going to be easier for us to add in the pages. I had an old version of page 7 and Cadence wanted to update it and add some more pictures to it. So that one shouldn't be included. So it looks like everything is okay. We've got all the images. We click on open, and the Kindle Kids Book Creator is importing the pictures.